Om. 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 O Lord, may you lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May all be happy. May all be peaceful. May all be enlightened and cultured. May all attain perfection. May peace be established in the three bodies of man. May peace be established in the three worlds. May peace be established everywhere. May truth be our religion. May service be our worship. May knowledge be our breath. May world be our family. May yoga and meditation be our way. May our eyes see happy and noble things. May our ears hear happy and truthful words. May our tongues be sweet and truthful. May our bodies be divine instruments. May noble thoughts come to us from all corners of the universe. May we never leave God. May God never leave us. Om, peace and love. Om, peace and health. Om, peace and enlightenment. Om. Good morning. When you sit here between the trees and a lot of abundance of trees, and you feel their energy and their beauty, and it's early in the morning, they have done their work for the evening of giving us fresh oxygen. It is such a wonderful time. The dew is still on the leaves. What a magnificent time to be spending in Mother Nature. Because everything in nature has a purpose. Everything in life has a purpose. And that's what I would like to talk to you about today. I have a very favorite quote of mine from the Bhagavad Gita. And the Bhagavad Gita is always my go-to scripture because it has a story, but it talks about the struggle that we have as the individual soul trying to reach the universal soul, which is the struggle of every human being. If they know it or not, this is what we're working towards. This is what we long to do. We have that desire within us. We just have to start recognizing. Every soul, every person has that desire. It is innate. We cannot go away from it. It is part of our nature. We manifest it in many other ways. We manifest it in getting things and in doing this and that. But really what we want is to return to the source. And that desire is very, very strong. And all the scriptures, that's what they are really trying to tell us. They do it in story form, but that's what they're trying to tell us and how to get there. And in yoga, we do the same thing. The word yoga means to yoke the individual soul to the universal soul. And in yoga also, we talk about the universal soul as being Atma, Para Atma, and we talk about your individual soul as being Atma. So that's the Atma with a small a and the Atma with a big A. So we're one and the same. With other words, the divine is somewhere within us. In our scriptures and in our religions, we are taught that God is omnipresent. That means everywhere, including these gorgeous trees and these leaves and the sun and the beauty of Mother Nature. So if we have this desire to go back to the source, we have various scriptures that tell us methods and methodologies to get back there. And that's what there is their purpose. And here, Krishna is trying to get Arjuna to do his duty. And in so doing, so he explains things. In this verse, which is my very favorite verse and the one I try to live by as much as possible, is 12th chapter, which is Bhakti Yoga, 12th verse. Knowledge is better than practice without discernment. Meditation on God is superior to knowledge. The renunciation of the fruit of action is even superior to meditation, for peace immediately follows from renunciation. Renunciation from the fruits of action is even superior to meditation. Meditation requires control over the mind. Meditation is not just sitting down for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes and being in a state of quiet. Meditation means being in a state of quiet the entire day. With other words, a working meditation, a meditation where you are that way all day long. Very difficult because it requires an absolute control over the mind, where you are aware of every thought that you are having, you're aware of everything that you are doing. Knowledge requires study, and knowledge is not knowledge until it becomes wisdom, spiritual knowledge. It has to become wisdom. So both of those things are very difficult to attain, and they require a great deal of effort. And then comes this beautiful sentence, okay? And renunciation of the fruit of action is even superior to meditation, because peace immediately follows from renunciation. What does that mean? That means, and it's a very simple explanation of what that means. It means that you are working from your inner self, that you are working and you're just doing. You're doing it because it needs to be done. You're not doing it for a specific purpose, except that it needs to be done and it is part of your nature. So when you have, excuse me, when you have a small child, a baby, you automatically just take care of them. There's no question asked. You're not asking for rewards. You're not asking for anything. You're just automatically doing it because it needs to be done. And it comes out of your nature and nobody needs to tell you what to do. It's just automatic because it's a needed process. And as we said before, everything on this planet is part of the whole. Everything that we have on the planet is part of the whole. And everybody and everything is needed. Everybody and everything that we do is part of the whole. We have various jobs, talents, etc., but it's all part of the whole. It's all part of making this world go around. With other words, Every animal is needed. Every plant is needed. And believe it or not, every individual is needed. It all becomes part of the whole process. The same way, when we have a car and the motor, every part is needed for it to run smoothly. Similarly, every person is needed for the planet to run smoothly. Every person's talents and innate abilities, we call it dharma, or your duty. Dharma, what is innate within you. If it is innate for you to be full of joy when you are with music, that is part of it. Whatever makes your soul shine is your dharma. If you love to create mathematics and work on computers, that is what is part of your nature. So whatever is part of your nature, it becomes karma yoga. And then you just do it because it's part of you. You cannot help but do it. A person who loves to sing cannot help but sing, and when they do, it's just part of their nature. It's not because they want somebody to listen. It's because they want to do that. If a painter wants to paint, then he or she does it because it's part of their nature, not because somebody is going to say, oh, that's beautiful. No, because they enjoy doing it. If you want to be an architect and you just love to create a new building, that's part of your nature and you just enjoy it. Yes, you might get payment for it, that's fine, but you're doing it because it's part of you, because you love doing it. When we can look at karma yoga as doing what we need to do, and our dharma changes, and that doesn't mean we all love every part of our dharma, what we need to do, then if you look at everything that we do as being part of being one with everything, it's just a mindset. Yes, you go to work and you expect payment, but while at work, just do the work to the very best of your ability. Do because it was contracted that you do that work. You might not like it. It might not be part of your nature, but you chose to do this work right now for a specific reason. May it be for money, or may it be because it's convenient, or may it be that you're helping somebody. Whatever the reason is, it is part of what you have decided to do. And if you just do it to the very best of your ability, not because somebody is going to give you a reward, but you're doing it for the best of your ability, that is karma yoga. And so it really is only, we are doing all day long, we are in action. Every single part of our body is in action at all times. Now, if we took and made every action as our gift to Mother Nature, our gift to the universe, our gift to the planet. Every action that we do, because we're part of one, we are part of the whole. If we took that concept and lived our life that way, we would be in constant karma yoga. The only time you do not create the law of karma is if you are in the process of karma yoga. The law of karma comes because of the desires, because of the attachments. So karma yoga also is the one way we can free ourselves from the law of karma, the law of action and reaction. So if you got up in the morning, and this we call mindfulness, and just came and did your morning duty, like brushing teeth, etc., because it needs to be done without thinking about anything, because it's part of being you, part of being human. If you just took that every single day, and everything you did and moved and worked was part of just being the human in order to fulfill and be able to have a global oneness. Wouldn't that be interesting? You would be in the law of karma, karma yoga, the law of action without wanting a reward. But that is just a mental fixture. You wouldn't change your life so much necessarily to begin with. It would maybe evolve differently. But it is a mental process, a mindset. Whatever I am doing because I am me, and my individual has something to offer to society. And it is my duty to do so, to do the very best that I can. So Mataji, my guru, Ma Yogashakti, used to say, do the very best and leave the rest. Leave the rest to God was unspoken, but leave the rest to God. With other words, do the very best of being a human, taking care of yourself, being who you are, taking care of whatever your duties are, and leave the rest to God. Allow the Lord to give you the rewards. Just leave it to him or her or it. Allow Mother Nature to give you the rewards. Don't look and get attached to getting what you wish. It will come. Things begin to flow. And that's why they can say, there's a beautiful passage. The next verse says, he who is free from malice towards all beings, friendly and compassionate, rid of I and mine, balanced in joy and sorrow, forgiving by nature, ever contented, and mentally united with me, who has subdued his mind, senses, and body, has a firm resolve, and has surrendered the mind and reason to me. If we are in a state of karma yoga, as acting as part of the whole, and giving our beauty and our flower and our abilities to the whole, and leaving the rest up, leaving the reward up to the Lord, we will have these qualities, because we would not be looking for reward, looking for joy. We would just accept whatever is being given to us. So then joy and sorrow, knowing that both are needed and both are here, we will just accept as being part of Mother Nature. We would have these qualities that God considers as being one with him, and that we can release our karmic debt or the law of action and reaction and become one with the whole. To become one with the whole is the desire for every human being. And karma yoga is the first step. And so, how do you practice it? You practice it by just doing. Just being who you are and what you need to be doing. The whole thing of karma yoga is just acting according to what you are supposed to be doing with your life. If you're a parent, you have to become a parent. If you're a wife, you have to act as a wife. If you are a mother, a grandmother, you act as that way. With other words, you just be you. But give the credit to the divine, because without divine energy, you wouldn't be you. You wouldn't have the energy to do and the abilities. And you know, when we're not looking for other people's approval, when we are not looking for the results, when we are just acting according to our dharma or our abilities, believe it or not, all of a sudden, more abilities begin to come out. They just rise out because you're trying to do your very best, and you will tap into, and this is the key, you will tap into your higher self to give you the information to be able to do the best. But if your actions want a certain reaction or a certain result, then you have already in your mind processed on what to do to get the result, and therefore the flow or the movement of the flow will be restricted. Can you understand that? When you're just working because you love, it is part of your nature, it is your natural way, then nature takes over rather than your mind and ego. Nature has the ability to tap into a higher source of information. And all of a sudden you will begin to find things you can do that you never thought you could do. It just becomes part of you, and you have no idea how it got there. And sometimes you haven't even learned those things, and they come naturally. Because you were not looking for the outcome. You were looking to do your very best. And the flow of Mother Nature was allowed to come through you. You see, every individual, every soul has the most beautiful gifts that are needed for this planet. Unfortunately, most souls don't know this and use it. They use a fraction of their gifts. Every entity on the planet has gifts to give to the planet. Every soul, human soul, has a specific gift to give to the planet. And it is a most beautiful gift if they allow their heart center and the divine energy to flow through them to give. But we're always looking to get or to have approval, which is getting. We're always looking. So we're never really just flowing because it is part of us. Because it's just us. That is karma yoga. And then you'll be surprised. The universe will open up channels for you to express more of your beauty. And no matter what your talent is, every talent is needed. And it doesn't have to be a lofty talent, because we need every aspect of life. We need an intellectual, we need a doctor, we need an electrician, we need a plumber, we need somebody to clean, we need somebody to work the earth. everything is needed. Nobody is better than the other. It's just another way of serving the humanity. That doesn't mean that the doctor is superior to the person who's planting trees or who's cleaning up your house. No. Every person is needed. Every person is doing what is part of their nature. And so, if we just worked like that, we would respect each and every individual, and we will become one with each and everything. And as I'm sitting here and looking at all of these, we have so many trees, and we have weeded out quite a few of them. The little, they call them brush, they're 4 inches and 30 feet tall. We have weeded out quite a few of those so that the bigger trees can grow. But as you're looking here, it's just it's if all the trees are watching you. It is amazing. Go out in Mother Nature and become one. Hug a tree or become one and see how much that actually invigorates you personally. Just being in nature invigorates. And so you know that everything has a purpose. And of course, you're around this many trees, more oxygen is here too, so that you can do your breathing exercises. So know that you have a purpose in life. Know that you are most important. Know that the beauty within you is needed on this planet. And know that once you express that beauty within you and don't look for the results, even though you will be getting results, I'm sure, but just doing it because it's part of your nature to do. Allow that to flow and become a karma yogi. In whatever you're doing, just don't look for the results and just do your very best. And you will see miracles happening, but you shouldn't do it for that purpose. But you will become part of nature, just like these trees grow automatically without even worried about it. As a seed pierces through the ground and comes up to the light, similarly, you as an individual will pierce through all the suppressions and things that people have put upon you and grow and bloom like a beautiful flower if you just start doing karma yoga, because you are part of the whole and you are needed as part of the whole. And with this, I shall leave you. God bless you. Oh.